Hello student. Normally all the activity of organism are under control of the nervous system. This control of nervous system is required for the proper functioning of the body organs. Due to this, the control of this nervous system, organism can survive in the environment and adapt to their environment. Today we talk about the nervous control on respiratory system and the functions of respiratory system. So, basically, the normal rate of respiration in adult, that is inspiration and expiration, that is respiratory cycle, is about 14 to 18 per minute, and this rate is controlled according to requirement of body. We know that the body requires the oxygen for production of ATP molecules by the process, that is oxidation process, in which the 38 molecules are formed by using the one single glucose molecule and in presence of oxygen. So that the rate of this respiration is under control of this requirement of the body oxygen. So this respiration is controlled by two main factors, that is nervous control and chemical control. So first of all we see the nervous control. So basically normal breathing is rhythmic and involuntary. We know that the one inspiration followed by the expiration, and this cycle is continuously occur and having rhythm. Okay, and it is involuntary act. Involuntary act means it is done without our will. That is involuntary. Even though the muscles of respiratory system in our uh, control or having the voluntary control, that is they act our will, but the breathing mechanism is under the involuntary act. We can stop the inhalation or exhalation for few minutes or few seconds, but not more than that. So that is voluntary control. These muscles having the voluntary control. Our thoracic muscle can be expand and can be contract by our will, but breathing it is in involuntary control. So basically this control of inspiration and expiration done by the nervous system, and in nervous system the respiratory center play the important role of control of the respiration. So the respiration is controlled by a special area of brain which is called as respiratory center. So this respiratory center is a group of neuron in brainstem which comprise the respiratory system, which control the breathing by causing the inspiration and expiration and by adjusting the rate and depth of breathing. So basically this respiratory system function for the control of breathing mechanism, that is rate and depth. When we normally when we sit in the normal position, our rate of respiration is normal, but when we intensely exercise, the rate of breathing is also increased for the gaining of more oxygen. So it is in under control of the nervous system. So basically this respiratory system include the rhythmicity center, that is medulla and pneumotaxic area of pons. So we can say that there are the centers which are responsible for the regulation of respiration. So in medulla there are two centers, that is inspiratory center and expiratory center, where the pons having also two centers, that is pneumotaxic center and apneustic center. So first of all, medullary rhythmicity center, which include the dorsal respiratory center and ventral respiratory group, which is also called as inspiratory center and expiratory center, which control the breathing rate. So this is the figure of neural control of respiration. So in this figure you can see that this is the respiratory center figure. Okay, so in this is the pneumotaxic area, then apneustic area, which is followed by the medullary rhythmicity center, in which this is the inspiratory area and this is expiratory area, which is control the breathing rate in organism. So this is the expandable form of the nervous system which control the respiratory system. So this is the pneumotaxic center of the pons. So in this figure you can see that this is pneumotaxic center, which is the part of the pontine respiratory group, and also the pneustic center, which is also group of the pontine respiratory group. This is the dorsal respiratory group, which control the activity of external intercostal muscle and diaphragm, where the ventral respiratory group control the internal intercostal muscles and accessory respiratory muscles of respiratory system. So basically the dorsal respiratory group is responsible for the basic rhythm of breathing, where the ventral respiratory group is active when more forceful breathing is required. So basically dorsal respiratory group is responsible when our normal breathing is occur, but ventral respiratory group is active when the forcefully, that is when we intensely work or intensely exercise, forceful, that is breathing rate is increased. So this forceful breathing required for body to maintain the oxygen level, this ventral respiratory group active. So basically this is these two respiratory group and ventral respiratory group are located in medulla oblongata. It sends the impulse to inspiratory muscle, resulting in inspiration, and this inspiratory center in constant state of excitability. So basically the neurons in pneumotaxic area control the rate of breathing. So let's see the figure. So basically the medulla oblongata having two center, that is inspiratory center and expiratory center. This inspiratory center located in the medulla oblongata. So it sends the impulse to the inspiratory muscle, resulting in inspiration. The inspiratory center is in constant state of excitability, and the expiratory center is situated in also medulla oblongata but anterior to the inspiratory center or inspiratory area. It sends the impulse to expiratory muscle, resulting in the expiration. The expiration results from the inhibition of inspiration. So the expiratory center is stimulated by the pneumotaxic area. This pneumotaxic area or pneumotaxic center is located in the pons of brain, and the stimulation of this center increase the respiratory rate. The expiratory center is connected to vagus nerve, and the vagus nerve innervate the lungs. The lungs contain the receptors called as stretch receptor. During inspiration, the stretch receptor are stimulated and send impulse to the expiratory center through the vagus nerve. The this expiratory center then send the inhibitory impulse to the inspiratory center to stop inspiration, and this is called as Hering-Weber reflex, where the apnestic center is in pons. So in this figure you can say that this is see this apnestic center. This apnestic center situated in the pons of brain. It provides the signal for the normal termination of inspiration. So this center is called as inspiratory cutoff switch, and stimulate this center cause the deep inspiration. So basically this control or breathing of mechanism can be affected by many factors such as chemicals, lung tissue stretching, emotional state also affect the breathing. Normally when we sad or happy, our excitement also affect the rate of breathing. So in our control nervous system having some chemosensitive area which is associated with the respiratory center and are sensitive to the change in the blood concentration of carbon dioxide and hydrogen ion. This chemosensitive area are highly sensitive to change in blood concentration of carbon dioxide and hydrogen. This change in carbon dioxide and hydrogen ions are sensed by this chemosensitive area which can trigger the respiratory center and increase the breathing rate. So basically the peripheral chemocenters in carotid sinus and aortic arch sense the change in blood oxygen concentration and transmit impulse to the respiratory center, and the breathing rate and tidal volume it increase. So the inflation reflex triggered by the stretch receptor in visceral pleura, bronchioles, and alveoli helps to prevent the overinflation of lung during the forceful breathing. For control the carbon dioxide and hydrogen ion concentration, we have to inhale the oxygen so that oxygen concentration get more, and so that the carbon dioxide and hydrogen ion concentration get decreased. So during the forceful breathing it control the over inflection of lungs or alveoli, have to control or prevent, because these bronchioles or alveoli are very thin thin sacs which having the single layer of epidermis. So this is done by the inflation reflex. So hyperventilation, that is inhalation of oxygen, lowers the amount of carbon dioxide in blood. So next point is chemical control. So basically the carbon dioxide, oxygen, acidity, that is a hydrogen ion, bicarbonate ion, these ions and these gases having the great influence on respiratory center. So the respiratory center is sensitive to carbon dioxide concentration. Excessive carbon dioxide increase the rate of respiration for the compensation of oxygen level, and the decrease of carbon dioxide decrease the rate of respiration because the uh, oxygen level is at the normal position, so that it decrease the rate of respiration. So it depend on the concentration of carbon dioxide. So the respiration or breathing rate is depend on the concentration of carbon dioxide. Increase the carbon dioxide concentration, it increase the rate of breathing. Decrease concentration of carbon dioxide, it decrease the rate of respiration also. So basically the decreased level of oxygen, same as it is, the decreased level of oxygen in blood will also result in the increased rate of respiration. It is in opposite way. So decreased level of oxygen in blood increase the rate of respiration for the compensation of oxygen level. So the carotid body present in common carotid is sensitive to oxygen level of blood. When oxygen level falls, the carotid body send impulse to inspiratory center, and this result in the increased rate of respiration. Also, the pH also having the great impact on respiratory system. When pH is lower, the rate of respiration is increased, and when pH is increased, the rate of respiration is lower. It is inversely proportional. When pH is lower, the H plus ion concentration get increase and bicarbonate ion get decrease, so that to compensate this ion concentration or balance of the acidity of blood, that is normal pH of blood, that is 7.3 or 7.4, how to maintain so that the respiration breathing mechanism or breathing rate get increased. And when the pH is increased, pH increase when the bicarbonate ion concentration is increased and H plus ion concentration get decreased. So this pH increase, the rate of respiration is lower. Okay, so that lower the respiration, increase the carbon dioxide concentration. Carbon dioxide react with water and form the H2CO3, that is carbonic acid. This carbonic acid split into H plus ions and bicarbonate ions, so that the H plus concentration get increased and the balance in pH of blood get maintained. So low pH is associated with the increased concentration of carbon dioxide, and high pH is associated with the decreased concentration of carbon dioxide. So these are the chemical control of respiration. So next point is functions of respiratory system. So basically the functions of respiratory system is mainly five, that is inhalation, exhalation, external respiration, internal respiration, voice voice formation and olfaction. So let's take a look in deep. So next function is respiratory system. So through the breathing, inhalation and exhalation, the respiratory system facilitate the exchange of gases between air and the blood and between the blood and body cell. The respiratory system also help us to smell and create sound. So these are the following functions of respiratory system. So let's see in details. So first of all, that is inhalation and exhalation, that is pulmonary ventilation, which is also known as breathing. So during breathing, air is inhaled through the nasal and oral cavity, that is from nose and mouth. It moves through the pharynx, larynx, trachea into the lungs, and their air is exhaled flowing back through the same pathway. So change to the volume and air pressure in lungs trigger the pulmonary ventilation. So during normal inhalation, the diaphragm and external intercostal muscle contract and ribcage elevate. As the volume of lung increase, air pressure drop and air rush in. So during normal exhalation, the muscle relax and the lung becomes smaller and air pressure rise and air is expelled. So next function is, that is external respiration or exchange gases between the lungs and bloodstream. So inside the lungs, oxygen is exchanged for carbon dioxide waste through the process called as external respiration. This respiratory process takes place through hundreds of millions of microscopic sacs called as alveoli. So oxygen from inhaled air diffuses from the alveoli into pulmonary capillaries surrounding them. It binds to hemoglobin molecule in red blood cell and is pumped through the bloodstream. So meanwhile, carbon dioxide from deoxygenated blood diffuses from the capillaries into the alveoli and is expelled through the exhalation, that is external respiration. So next point is internal respiration. So in internal respiration, exchange of gases between the bloodstream and body tissue are occur. So the bloodstream deliver oxygen to cells and remove the waste carbon dioxide through internal respiration. That is another key function of respiratory system. So in this respiratory process, red blood cells carry oxygen absorbed from the lungs around the body through the vasculature. When oxygenated blood reaches the narrow capillaries, the red blood cell release the oxygen. It diffuses through the capillary wall into body tissue. Meanwhile, carbon dioxide diffuses from tissue into red blood cells and plasma. The deoxygenated blood carries the carbon dioxide back to the lungs for release. That is internal respiration. Then next point is, or next function is, air vibrating the vocal cords and creates sound. So during creation of sound, Phonation is the creation of sound by structure in the upper respiratory tract of respiratory system. So during exhalation, air pass from the lungs through the larynx or voice box. We know that the voice box is located near to the larynx. When we speak, muscle in the larynx move the arytenoid cartilage, and the arytenoid cartilage push the vocal cord or vocal folds together. When the cords are pushed together, air passing them and makes them vibrate and create this sound. So greater tension in vocal cords create more rapid vibration and higher pitch of sound. So lesser tension or less tension cause the slower vibration and lower pitch. So that is the creation of sound which occur in respiratory system, which is the function of respiratory system. And the next function or last function, that is olfaction or smelling, which is chemical sensation. So in this process of olfaction begin with the olfactory fibers that align the nasal cavity inside the nose. As the air enters the cavity, some chemicals in air bind to and activate nervous system receptor on the cilia. So this stimulates send signal to brain, and neurons take the signal from the nasal cavity through the opening in the ethmoid bone and then to the olfactory bulb. The signal then travel from olfactory bulb along cranial nerve first to the olfactory area to the cerebral cortex. So that is olfaction or smelling. So you know that when our nose is clogged, the olfaction is stopped so that we cannot taste the food, or food become tasteless due to olfaction. So respiratory system having the role in the olfaction or smelling of food, which create or activate the taste buds also. So that is for today. So in today's lecture we see the nervous control, chemical control and functions of respiratory